Hello, everyone. Welcome to our masterclass today. Just a second to settle. So you can see me. If you would like to access our chat, please subscribe to the channel. This way you would be able to see what I'm writing, and also you can ask questions or make your comments there. Today we are drawing the year behind me, but we also will plan for the next year. Feel free to share with me where you're from, if you have any experience in neurographics. Okay, I will try to keep an eye on the chat. Meanwhile, so I don't keep you waiting, I will start. So the year behind me is our drawing. I will do some brief introduction into our topics and also about me and some news. And at the end, I will share how you can submit your drawing for feedback if you would like to. So as far as live sessions, I see that most people watch recording. Just a few take advantage of online or sessions. So maybe I will do more recordings. This way we don't need to worry about internet connection that dropped once, or other issues. Good morning. Yeah. Welcome. You will learn something new today. So in case we get disconnected, I cannot reconnect to the same live stream on YouTube according to their settings. So as soon as I see, I will create another session that you will be able to see on my channel. I will try to monitor connection. Usually it doesn't drop, but just in case. Hello from Iowa. Yeah, I'm in Seattle, Washington. Welcome. So a little bit about me. I'm Tatiana Teppoeva. I have PhD, 2 masters, and currently working on my mini MBA. It's not all intentional that I want to get all the degrees. It's just life. It happened. So my PhD is in economics. I also have a master in data science from Harvard, 17 years in tech industry. Microsoft, Boeing. This year I left Microsoft and started my own business. I'm certified Neurographics instructor and supervisor. So that's why I'm very qualified to teach our session today, as well as courses that I offer. And I'm also nonverbal communication expert and personality profiler. This is a little bit about me. As far as tools for today and setup, you would need a few markers. I have a few, doesn't matter what brand you have. I use also just a regular pencil, but regular pen will be sufficient as well. And we will use markers or highlighters, whatever you have. If you don't have any of that, and a piece of paper, of course. And if you don't have any of that, just a piece of paper and a pen to start with. But if you decide to do neurographics, I recommend to have this set of supplies, which is the best, and you will see why. As far as some courses that I offer, I have a few that I will mention. Let me share very briefly what Neurographics is. Neurographics is a science-based drawing method that allows us to work with our conscious and also subconscious. So through Neurographics, we can access some patterns, different beliefs that don't serve us, and we can rewrite them and rewire our neural pathways. And it's a nice way to gently and without going into too much pain or talking about our past, to make our life better. And talking about results, sometimes we can see difference from the first drawing. Sometimes it takes multiple drawings. It depends on the goal, on the kind of problem, how open we are to the change, and other circumstances. So we are never able to predict, or it will take one drawing or three drawings to correct, right? Or whatever. But oftentimes I hear from the clients from the very first drawing, sometimes they say, oh, I didn't expect this effect. And sometimes changes happen very quickly, and sometimes it takes a lot of work. So it's very individual. In terms of Eugene, Oregon, welcome. And yeah, welcome everyone. And courses that I have, one of the courses is basic neurographic course. It's for people who would like to learn the method itself, how to do it correctly and be able to draw on their own. So it's more theory and practice of neurographics itself. Another course I have is Roots of Connection. It's repairing relationship, working on our own boundaries, guilt, and things more associated in relationship with ourselves and with others. Another one is My Inner Fire. It's another neurographic course on how to reignite our energy, confidence, and purpose. Lately I created my Christmas Wishes Neurographics Masterclass. It's about setting intentions and wishes for the next year or whatever time period we would like. I call it my Christmas Wishes because we are going through this festive time of the year and I'm prepared. But it also will work in any period of the year or life. And it's a great continuation of our work today that we will start in setting intentions. All the links I provided, so we don't spend right now, all the links I provided in the description of this live session today. So again, for those who joined later, I will think about live sessions, maybe transition into recordings more, so it's easier to manage in terms of connection and content, so I can share screens or something like that. It's easier than here because I have limitations. I can switch between cameras in live mode on YouTube and things like that. So stay tuned. If you would like to get updates and you're not subscribed to my newsletter, please feel free to do that. It's tatianateppoeva.com. There is a form to join my weekly newsletter. I send newsletter on nonverbal communication and neurographics. And you can join also neurographics community groups that I have, and all links should be in the description. So let's jump in. Let's jump in. So the year behind me, and as I mentioned, we also will plan for the next year, not just talk about the past, even though we could separate this algorithm into two portions, but I wanted to give you two pieces so we can close what we had this year and we can start setting intentions for the next. So Christmas is not just a holiday. For some people, it might be, but in general, it is not. It's a great time of the year when we think what went well, what could be better, what we would like to do next. And even though oftentimes it feels like rushed and we think about gifts, decorations, what to serve at the festive table to ourselves or to our guests, It's also great time to plan for the future and kind of close everything so we don't get things dragged with us into the new year. And if something we continue from past year to the next, we do it intentionally. And when we align our mind, focus, and internal state, everything seems to be working smoothly. And sometimes we can be surprised that things are happening. Sometimes we can say like on their own. But in reality, when energy and everything is aligned, it's the way it works. So right now, think about different things that happened last year. Maybe it went very well, maybe it could be better, maybe it was really negative experience. Or outcome was negative. It's all important. The most important is what comes to mind, what importance we give to the event, or maybe it's not an event, maybe it's something material, or maybe it's attitude or sense of self. For example, I was super positive last year, right? And I can put it as something that I liked, and maybe I want to continue and bring it as intention to the next year. Maybe I was sad, upset, or had apathy or some kind of other feelings, and I want to close it and be more positive in the next year. So it can be different things. But to help you, I will call some main categories that we have in our wheel of balance in our life. So it will start bringing some ideas for you. So think about area of work, career, business, money, health, wealth, then health, friends, relatives, community, love and relationships, spiritual aspect and self-development, rest and hobbies, and maybe life conditions, maybe housing, meeting needs met, and things like that. So again, it can be something tangible, or it can be experiences, feelings, attitude, state of mind. Everything will work today. So right now I will move my camera so you would be able to see what I'm doing. We move into drawing. While I'm doing it, please think about the things that I mentioned. Okay, so I hope you can see my piece of paper well. First, we will start. I will guide you step by step on our algorithm of Neurographics. And the first step for us is to write words. We do it for 2 minutes, and it's not set in stone time. It's just approximate time for us to have to activate neurons. And we started talking on this topic already. So we started working on that, but we will continue it in quiet space. So you don't need to hear my ideas or my prompts, but you would be able to focus on yours. But to start with, you can put a date. So today's date, what is it, December 14th, 2025, in case you would need to refer to the date, and you can write the name of the algorithm, the year behind me. And right now we will do what we often call in Neurographics like a brain dump. It should be on a particular topic. So our topic is about years that we are closing, 2025, but also what we are planning for 2026. So this would be anything that comes to mind when you think about this closure, what went well, what didn't, most important event, feelings, emotions, etc. and also what you would like to get in the next year. Again, it can be things, it can be feelings, it can be state of mind, anything. But when you will be writing words for 2 minutes, it can be anything. So we set the topic, but it's something completely unrelated comes to mind, like for example iron or plants or whatever, and you think like why, still write it down, don't think too much. So the idea is just to dump everything that comes to mind. Can be single words, can be multiple, can be sentence, doesn't matter. So let me start. 2 minutes, 2 minutes, and I will tell you when time is up. So, okay. So let's go. 1, 2, 3. Everything that comes to mind when we think about past year and next year goals. I write mine, you write yours. Okay, time is up. Please finish what you're writing right now, and let's count how many meaningful words we have. I have 20, not too many today, but 20 is a good number. And it's counting approximately. Like if you don't know, should you count this word or not, just decide one way or another. The number is also approximate. So we consider in neurographics that about 20 words is enough to activate neurons, start thinking on this topic. So I mostly have single words. But it doesn't have to be. This is what came to my mind today. Maybe it's sentences for you. Maybe it's couple words, etc. All works well. Now look at your words or sentences, whatever you have, and see if there is a theme, if there are some things that are more important than others. Maybe some surprising words, and the ones that seem unrelated initially, but maybe you will think like, oh, it's interesting. Maybe I should think about it. Why did it come out when I was thinking about this topic? So it's a good time to reflect on the list of things that we have right now. I will put a star near the things that I would like to work on today, whether it's from the past year or whatever I would like for the next year, set for the next year. And feel free, you can mark them somehow as well. What feels important. Many of them are important, it seems to me. So let's see how it comes out. So if you have not 20, but let's say like 10 words or something like that, I suggest that you consciously think and add words. So you really activate your neurons, because we want them to be active for most efficient work. If it's 70, that's fine. You can leave it. But the approximate number is 20. And some people sometimes have 50. I had clients, they had 50, and I'm like, wow, it's great. So see what you could come up with. So next thing, after we're done with words, let's flip our page, and we will start with our algorithm. So pick a marker if you have one. And we will be using Neuroline. It's specific line that we have in Neurographics. And I will show you how to do it. But the idea would be that we make it a little bit diagonal. So not completely parallel to the edge. And it doesn't have to go from one corner to another. So feel how comfortable you are with the angle. And draw it from one side to another, but I offer you to make at least some angle. So I probably feel from here. So neural line is the line that goes with our intention, but we try to challenge our hand. So if in simple line, I would just probably do a straight line or something wavy. In Neurographics, at multiple points, we challenge our hand, and I feel like, oh, I want to go right, and intentionally I change angle a little bit and go left, straight, or whatever, but some degree is changing, and this creates this kind of line. Another thing about neural lines, that it shouldn't repeat itself. So it shouldn't be in a particular cycle mode. It should be different. And when we draw this kind of line, we challenge our brain and establish neural pathways. Because when I use just simple line, traditional line, this is how my brain used to work. But if I would like to rewrite it, change it for better, then I need to challenge. I need to challenge what is established. And this is what neural line helps us to do. So now we will decide where we are. Right now, I offer that we put a circle that would resemble us somewhere in the middle. So this is our timeline. We will have on the left what happened in the past year, and on the right what will happen in the next year. So you decide on the size what feels right to you. And just a circle. And on the left, you can only pick some main events, feelings, state of mind that are relative that you would like to focus on. So it can be just 4, 5, 6 shapes, for example. Or we can do based on the some area of life. So I will do the letter. So I will do a few areas, because I have, based on what I wrote and what I know about myself, I would like to highlight a few elements in most important areas that I would like to work with today. So first one, and I will make only circles today. So we can use other shapes in Neurographics as well, but circle is most harmonic, most balanced shape, and this is what I would recommend for today's drawing. So first area is health for me. and we can sign them if we would like, but we don't have to. And if health is not something that came to your mind, please draw yours. Just use guidance from me, but have your own content. So in my health, I would like to add weight loss or release, healthy eating, working on my vitals, going to the gym, being more active. And you can sign all of them if you would like for the future, so you can reference them. And for example, a year from now, look at your drawing and see how much of what we planned today actually you achieved. And maybe redraw this algorithm for the next year. I will not write just so it's not too busy for you to look at my drawing. So this was one area. My next area, I think I will do business. So for me, it's starting my business, trying different things, working with different people, learning new things. And something else. This is I always like to add when I feel that something else may be there, but it didn't come to my mind immediately. I leave it empty. I don't have concrete meaning, but I feel there is something else. So I have a space for that to actually show up here. So this is my business. Next one is a relationship. And circles don't have to cross, intersect. They can be completely separate next to timeline. That would be also totally fine. So I have some negative relationship moment that I hope to work on next year as well as I've been working this year. So this is my negative thing here. But as far as positive, I have a lot of collaborations. I've met many new people. I interacted with many people in different areas. And last one I would like to add, and I can feel intuitively where I want to add it here or here, and you can do the same. Not sure. I think here it will be wealth and money for me. And it's not a perfect circle, that's fine. As long as it's a roundish shape, it works. So in wealth, let's say last year, it was interesting mix of income for me. What's passive income, investments, new collaborations. And here I also would like to add something else that I had last year that I didn't think about. That didn't come to my mind immediately. So now, if you feel satisfied with what we had from our past year, let's move into the new, what we would like to set. So I will use same areas of life, but you don't have to. So you can come up with completely different. Again, it can be concrete events or state of mind, or it can be like in my case, I will do areas again. So I think I will put business first. I want to find my exact niche. I want to position myself. I want to streamline what I'm doing. I still would like to have space for experiments, new collaborations, and something else. The next one that feels like the right one is relationship. So working on relationship thing, meet new people, and stay connected to my community. Next one, I think I will add health here. So again, staying active, continue working on my weight, healthy eating, and maybe coming up with some new activities. So for me personally, I see that if before health was the largest and the closest to me, seems like it was most important for the last year, which is actually true. Now it's kind of a little bit remote from me. And I think it reflects what I have very well. So see maybe in how you position things, you can also find some insights that you can think on later on, why they're on their place and why those particular things got included and some didn't get included. And last one, I will keep this wealth money thing here. So a stable stream of income, supplemental income, and new opportunities. So now, when I think about all of these that I have, and maybe you signed it and you know which one is which, I can think, okay, I have a lot from the year that is finishing up, and I have a lot to plan for the next year. What do I need the most that comes to my mind to really help me? And we will call it resources. And we will put a circle to designate each of them around our main composition. So for me, what comes to mind is, and it's a huge one for me, this is how I wanted to draw it. It doesn't have to be that big. So feel intuitively what it comes to you. So for me, it's positive outlook. And this one I will write. At everything. That just in general, I know that when I have positive outlook, I can do so much more than if I don't. So for me, it's very important. Next one that I would definitely benefit from is patience. And it's also across multiple things for me. And whatever comes to you, it can be money, for example, it can be time, it can be some feelings, emotions, or state of mind as well. So whatever comes to mind as important, please write it down. Then another one is important. It worked for me, but I want to have it going, is determination. And if it comes to mind, it means that it's important. And also, I would like to have something else. Something else that I may not thought about it immediately right now, but I feel like I want to add something. And something else can be multiple shapes. For example, I could add a few here if I felt like that, but I don't. So I only keep one. So now when we have our main composition, we get to very important step in neurographics when we unite all of the elements. So the idea to connect all the elements between each other, as well as with the environment and space around them. In Neurographics, we are not limited by the edges of the paper. We assume that lines continue. So nothing is isolated in life, and we don't want it to be isolated because my gym is not happening on its own. It's connected to environment, to membership fees, to me taking my sport outwear and go and do something. And the same with every single piece here. So we want this to be integrated, to be able to accomplish it and integrate in our life. So with that, we will use, again, neural lines that we had before. If it goes into like simple line, like straight line or wavy line, it's okay. Just if you don't have practice, it's normal, completely normal. So you just try to catch yourself when you are getting into a regular line and try to correct yourself, challenge your hand, and go with neural lines. So with that, let's start. You can start at any place that you would like. For me, easiest is to start at one edge of the paper and go to some other edge. And it can be anything, like it can be a short line or it can be a long line going through the whole drawing. See whatever resonates. So my idea is to connect things. And when you draw this line, notice your breathing, that you breathe. Notice what comes to your mind. What happened last year, this year that is finishing, and what you would like for the next. And how you feel about it. To your mind. Are you still with me? I had some notification about some connection thing. So if someone can put something in the chat that you can still hear me. If you can't access chat, you need to subscribe to the channel. Okay, great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it because it doesn't show if it's once it dropped and it doesn't show for me, it's still running. So I only realize that I'm not connected 10 or 15 minutes later. I appreciate it. So, and we continue until we feel that we have enough lines, or when we visually see that it's kind of filled, that we don't have huge gaps. Don't do too many lines if you are a beginner, because it will just be a lot of work, rounding work for you. But at the same time, if you have just one or two lines, it probably will not be sufficient for the efficient integration work. You still will get the idea of neurographics, but for the work itself, it may not be enough. So feel, are you in alignment with what is ahead and what was in the year, or maybe something else comes up, something else that you would like to add to your drawing? You can totally do that. Working on the connection lines. Great, thank you. So this amount of lines that I have is sufficient. I probably would add one more here. I have a little bit busy space on timeline because I decided to go area, and then in each area I picked something specific. If we just had 4 or 5 or 6 concrete things, that it wouldn't look that busy. But well, oftentimes in neurographics we do things intuitively because this is right thing to do. We are working on our specific goals or problems or things we would like to adjust. So it's very important to listen to what your hand, your body, or intuition, whatever we call it, tells us. So now the most important step from my perspective is to round everything. So in neurographics, it's one of the most important steps. In my mind, it's the most important. What we do, we all intersections that we formed right now by creating lines, we now round. This creates harmony because rounding is peaceful for our brain, our eye, all the signals that we are sending to the brain. So everything that we had in terms of the corners, edges here will be integrated into harmonic shapes like circles. So how we do it? Let me show you where we have more space. So we can take from one line to another and smoothly cover this area, and then I shade it like that. And we do it from all sides. Like if we have 4 in most cases, then we can do 4 times. And you can start at any place on your drawing. Again, you can decide intuitively. And if you decide intuitively, you can think, oh, interesting, I started at this place. What does this mean to me? Maybe it's something important. Maybe some new thoughts come to mind. So it's always good to ask yourself those clarifying questions. And even if you don't get an answer, that's totally fine. Your brain will still be working on it, like subconsciously, this thing will be going on. And you may get answer later on or maybe never, and it's totally fine. As long as we start communicating with ourselves during this activated neuron time frame, it's working. And oftentimes, honestly, in neurographics, we don't notice that things happen because of the neurographics, because we don't monitor everything. That's why it's great to save drawings and later go over and we remember like, oh, I forgot that I drew on this topic. It's completely fixed now, and I don't even remember what problem I had. This happens a lot, and it happened to me. That's why I almost never forget to put a date and name of the algorithm. And sometimes I add some details to that so I can reflect, because sometimes we don't notice how much effect it made. But when we go through our past work, we realize how much has changed actually. So asking those questions make your brain work even harder and thus more efficiently while we are rounding, because all the rounding, it's, as I said, harmonize whatever maybe not working as well as we would like it to. So while we are drawing, we don't have to constantly think on our topic, especially during rounding, because depending on how many intersections we have, it can be quite a lengthy process, but we need to come back to the topic from time to time, so we can just go in meditative state. Often it happens with neurographics, with rounding. But then from time to time, remind ourselves, okay, how do I feel about past year, about my intention for the new year? If you are working on particular area, you can ask maybe, how do I feel about my health achievements, like improvements or whatever we had, or maybe something that was not that great in this area in the past year. Any thoughts, any visuals that come to mind, some ideas? What do you feel in your body? Maybe it's some tingling sensations, maybe you feel warmer in some parts of the body, or overall, maybe cold. Everyone feels different. And what I noticed, the hardest thing we have is to notice how our body feels. And if you don't notice anything, especially if you are new, just ask those questions yourself periodically, or I will help you to ask. And this time, like as times goes on, you will get better and better at recognizing. And this is also, while it's a part of the neurographics algorithm and neurographics work, it also can give some interesting insights, unexpected insights. So when we continue rounding this way until we are done, in neurographics, it's okay to do about 70% of rounding. I always recommend to do 100. If we already invest in time and effort, let's do all, because it's a very important step. So if you have fewer than I do, let me know when you are done. And I can potentially finish my later. For you, I don't recommend it. I just, because I'm doing this masterclass for you, I don't want you to wait for all my lines. But for you, I recommend that you round all of the edges, all of the sharp angles right now. But you may potentially have fewer than me, so you can be done much sooner. This way I can round mine later. Because I got so many. If you feel some resistance, maybe think like, oh, it's so stupid to round those edges, or it's so many, it's long process, or something like that. Just acknowledge it and continue doing it. Usually by the end, when we finish rounding, it gets better, because all those conflicting thoughts and negative thoughts, they disappear. Not always, but in most cases. And if you have water nearby, you can drink some water, breathe, inhale, and a little bit longer exhale, and it all helps. And it's totally normal. So resistance is very common. Even for experienced people who have been doing neurographics for a long time, they still have resistance, and it's real life. So even if someone has been doing neurographics for a long time and worked on multiple things and pretty much corrected what they wanted, life happens. So new circumstances, new events, things like that, there is almost always something to work on. And even experienced people feel this resistance, and depending on the topic, some topics may cause a big deal of resistance, and some can go smoothly and no resistance at all. So just pay attention and just acknowledge what your experience is like. Neurographics also works well with therapy. So if someone is working with a therapist or counselor, then it's nice to add neurographics. And I personally work with therapists if needed. If someone is working with therapists, we can communicate, and I create specific algorithms for the person, and it helps just expedite the whole progress. Again, let's go back to our topic. So what we feel about end of the year and upcoming year? Are we aligned with our goals and wishes for the next year? Anything that we want to add? If so, you can definitely add it. Any thoughts that come to mind? Any body sensations? Any visuals? Thank you. Yes, you're welcome, and definitely stay in touch. Thank you for joining me. We have someone in the chat. Please feel free also write in the chat, ask questions, provide comments if you would like to. I forgot to mention at the beginning times, how long it takes. So Neurographics usually 1.5 hours. Sometimes it's longer because I have to talk in terms of introduction and organizational things. Regular Neurographics session is from 40 minutes. Usually it's hard to do good quality Neurographic session shorter than that. And it can go as long as 3-4 hours. I'm not a fan of very long sessions. Mine mostly 1.5 hours. But some people like to make drawings very pretty, work on the details, and do it slowly. And some people even spread them into multiple days. They look at their drawing and then they come back and they finish or add new details, new meaning. But it's also important to keep in mind that some steps like rounding, we don't recommend to break. So this step we do in one sitting, and if possible, we don't recommend even interrupt for small breaks. So if we started rounding, it's better to continue it until we finish, and then we can interrupt. This is because we activated neurons, we activated things that we would like to work on. If we break, this activation goes down, of course, because we get distracted and process is interrupted. So for the most efficient work, it's better not to interrupt rounding at least. As we get to the later steps, it's totally fine to take a break and come back to the drawing later. I usually like to do in one sitting. What I can leave for later is adding some style, 3D effect, and things like that, like more making it prettier. Because it takes time, and I don't always have this extra time, and I want to be inspired to do some styling. Oftentimes, I don't do any styling at all. It doesn't really affect much the quality of work or effect. It has some element, but especially for people who would like to add. So if I feel that something is missing, or I want to add more colors, more lines or shapes, then I definitely should do it. But if I feel that my work is completed, I don't have to. So again, going back to this being intuitive drawing, this is the case with steps and number of details. And it's interesting that Neurographics combines structure, but also with individual flow. So we have 8 steps in Neurographics that we always complete. But at the same time, you hear me say, like, oh, if you feel that you would like it, you do this. If you don't have to. So sometimes it confuses people. So do I have to, or I don't have to? And it depends. So if we talk about 8 steps that are part of the Neurographics, we have to do them if we want to follow Neurographics process. As far as additional elements, for example, adding additional shapes later, it's totally optional. So it's not required to add shapes later. But if you want to, you can, because it's your drawing, and there is nothing in Neurographics that says no, when you are done, you are done. So just understanding where we have to follow and where we don't have to follow clarifies the process. So now let's think about it again, about our topic, how we feel about our year and about our wishes and intentions for the next year. And if you are done with rounding, please let me know so I can continue if all of you are ready. And if you hear me being quiet here, it's Neurographics is working. I try hard to keep talking, But Neurographics moves us into meditative state. We set intentions, we walk on the pathways, but still, sometimes it takes over. And maybe it's a good thing because you have some quiet time without me to work on your drawing. And later you can repeat this drawing again. So it will be, recording will be posted. And you can pause or speed up or scroll through the recording when you are ready. And as I mentioned earlier, it doesn't have to be Christmas or the whole 1 year period. It can be anything. You can do it every single month to conclude what happened in the past month and what you would like to set for the next month, especially if you are person who is setting goals, short-term, long-term. It's a good exercise to add to that process. Also, another variation of this algorithm would be just experiment with setting things that you may not believe are possible. So just wishes that may just be wishes. If you decide to do this version, then totally sign everything, every shape, everything that you do, sign it, because it would be a very interesting experiment for you to later see what actually happened, that actually implemented in life. You will be surprised to see. So we often think that something is impossible. We limit ourselves, even if it's objective reasoning, right? But life sometimes create those things. Not even sometimes, oftentimes create those things. There are so many things, ways things may happen. So by drawing and focusing on what seems impossible, and maybe you even have some things today, we open this door because we let our subconscious work on it. So this would be a very interesting version of this algorithm. You had some feeling in the stomach. It's totally normal to have different sensations. So just ask what it may mean for you. Breathe, drink some water. Also, when you feel some specific sensations, notice what you were drawing or rounding, like what area you've been working on. Maybe this gives some insight how it's related, or maybe it's about importance of this particular element that you've been working on. Maybe it will be something else for you, like some other thoughts come to mind. Okay, I think I will continue to the next step. And I will finish this rounding later. I recommend that you finish yours. If you watch a recording, just pause and finish rounding, and then we move to the next step. Just in interest of time. So when we are done rounding and we see everything integrated, we now add a color. And I recommend using markers for the beginners. It can be particular shapes, or it can be the whole area of the drawing. It's how you feel. How you feel, do it the way that it's more natural. And it can be different for different drawings. Color, choose whatever color you would like. In Neurographics, we don't have a particular meaning of the color, that if you draw this, you should use this color or that color. It's individual. We have different associations with the color. So pick the one that resonates with you. The only rule we have about coloring in Neurographics is to have at least two cells adjacent to each other. So it shouldn't be one isolated cell. And it's again talking about integration in Neurographics. We want things to be integrated. And we also try not to leave too many white spaces. So my markers, highlighter is probably drying. So it's a little bit harder. but we don't want to have like strokes, obvious strokes from the marker, and we don't want to see many white spaces. You don't need to color exactly like I do, of course. Pick your own path, pattern. Again, I will mention that there is a community that you can join, courses that I offer, newsletters that you can sign up for to get my updates and notifications. It's all given in the description of this video. When we color, we also ask ourselves, why did I pick purple? Very unusual. And I decided to do the whole thing almost. I have one element left of my previous year and future year, do it in purple. So depending on what purple means to me, I can think like, oh, it's interesting. Maybe this is what I'm focusing on. For some, maybe purple, it's spirituality. So maybe it's something that I should consider. Or maybe purple means something else for another person. So they would think like, oh, what does it tell me? So be observant of what you are choosing, what you're coloring together. For example, you color two areas of the same color, but nothing else. What is it about? So all those things may bring additional insights. So I think I will do this one. Purple, so it would be my main line. So now I will illustrate what could be potentially a mistake in terms of coloring. I have one cell here left white, and white is also a color in Neurographics. We can totally leave it white, but it's a single cell. And I mentioned before that we don't leave individual cells. We need to have at least two adjacent. So what do we do in situations like that? First, I may make it purple if I want, or I can make it with orange kind of color, pink orange. This would be fine. Or if I want to do it a different color or leave it blank white, I can split this cell into two, and then it will be according to the rules. I think I will just add the colors that I had before. And either way would be fine. Like, again, whatever we feel that would work for our own composition, our own drawing. Okay, let's see what other colors. So I picked green, not intentionally. I first picked green and then decided where I want to place it. It's on my positive outlook. And I'm asking myself, what is it about? Is it green and color of positive for me? Positive outlook, or what does this mean? I share with you my examples because I don't know yours. So you just translate for yourself how it feels for you. And apply it to your situation. So right now you can see I have two approaches. I have a flow coloring, and I also have coloring by shape. So either one is fine, and we don't need to combine them. I'm thinking what next color I want to use. So I think this would be my last color. It's a little bit more than 30% of white color, but again, in terms of the time, I just don't want to keep you too long here. So if you decide to leave white, then try to not to leave more than 30% of the total drawing. So ideally, and this is probably what I will do after our session, I will add some color to the background. And let's move on to the next step. So if we are satisfied, let's assume that we are satisfied with our coloring. Next step is to add field lines, we call them. Line of support, line of intention, line of external help. We make it a little bit thicker than our regular lines that we already have on our drawing. And we can use a thicker marker if you have one. If you don't, then just use a regular marker and go over multiple times. It can be 1, 2, or 3 lines. I will use one, and for this particular drawing, I recommend that you do approximately as I do. So we have our timeline that we drew at the very beginning. I recommend that we just highlight that. So we just make it thicker. You don't need to go exactly over that line, but approximately somewhere inside of your goals, intentions, and past experiences and achievements. So usually when we do field line or lines, we can draw new ones, or we can go over existing ones, or combine part, maybe going over existing part, maybe going like a new line. But the idea that it's when we look at the drawing, that it stands out, so it looks thicker. And look when you feel satisfied, and you can also look from some distance, from another angle, and see if it's thick enough or not. I could probably add a little bit more. See if you are comfortable. Sometimes it can be challenging to make line thicker. I personally, when I learned neurographics, it was a challenge for me. It's probably because I used to doing things myself, so it's a line of support, help that we would like to get from the world. So it's a nice thing to work on if it's something that is challenging for you as well. So now, if we are done with the line or multiple lines, we need to do a fixation figure. In this algorithm, oftentimes it's we decide what to do. In this algorithm, I suggest that we pick us. So it's our initial circle that we had. And also we make it thicker. So when we look at the drawing, it stands out. And we are almost done. So now we have those thicker lines, and thicker lines formed new edges and angles again on our drawing. So we want to get our drawing to harmony. That's why we will round all intersections with a new line. And it's easy to do if we just trace it. So from the beginning, on one side, I go along the line. And just round all intersections that are sharp. And we are almost done. if we forget to round something and we discover it later, we can go back and round it. And it often happens even with experienced people. And the same around the circle. Okay, I think I captured most of it. If anything I missed, I can round later. Okay, so now hopefully you are with me. Now let's flip the page, and what we do as a last step of the algorithm is to write words on the same topic as we did at the beginning, whatever comes to mind this time. And I will put a timer on 2 minutes, and I will let you know when we are done. So let's start. 1, 2, 3. Go. Anything that comes to your mind when we think about the year that we are finishing and the year ahead. Так, time is up. Let's count words that we have again approximately. I have 35. So I had 20 before and I have 35 now. So more words obviously activated my own thinking on this topic. I see that some words are overlapping and some are new. This is also a good thing to look at what's new, why. Maybe something that we didn't add to the drawing, maybe it's some additional thirds. So it's something to think about. So this is our algorithm for today. Check your breathing again, check vision, and any visuals that come to mind, any thoughts, any body sensations. Look at your drawing and try to ask yourself those questions and give yourself some time for answering. And if no answer, that's totally fine. So I recommend to place this drawing somewhere that you can periodically see. Maybe it's even your Christmas tree with your wishes and your intentions for the next year. If not Christmas tree, somewhere where you can see periodically, and it will activate your neurons when you look at it, and you may be able to get this effect of Neurographics for free. You're not putting any effort anymore, it's done, but you will be able to still get benefits because you're activating neurons. So let me see, I promised you where you can submit drawing. So I put it in the chat. And make sure to spell your email correctly. And also upload it the way that I can understand where is the beginning, which way you go, because it affects the feedback that I can give you based on this drawing. So with that, this is all for today. Thank you very much for being with me. I wish you happy Merry Christmas if you celebrate one, Happy New Year's, and I hope that everything in your life in general and next year specifically happens according to your plan or even better. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you again in my courses, read description, or in watching my other recordings, other algorithms, or other videos. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.